Hi, this is Rajeshwari, Assistant Professor of English. Let's get into the session with a short story, One Sunday in February 1942, written by Thomas Nelly. Let's see about Thomas Nelly. Thomas Nelly was a popular Australian novelist, playwright, and an essayist. He is best known for his Schindler's Ark, which was the Booker Prize winning novel and published in 1982. The Sky Burning Up Above the Man was his first story, which was published in the Bulletin magazine in 1962 under the pseudonym Bernard Coyle. Coyle was his mother's maiden name. He was published over 30 novels, plays, and non-fiction books. 2 years later, his first novel, The Plays at Witton, was published in 1964. Let's see the background of the story. Thomas Nelly focused on the role of faith and religion in society and interactions between people during the time of the war. His early works reflect his interest in spiritual matters and contemporary social issues. In February 1942, Australian continent was at the edge of invasion. Australia had become the target of air and sea attacks 10 weeks after Japan's invasion of Southeast Asia. On February 1942, Darwin was attacked by Japanese air raid. Air raid means an attack in which a place is bombed by military airplanes. Darwin is the capital city of Northern Territory of Australia. The context of the short story is the background of World War II. And we can see the consequences of the Great War or the First World War. Let's look into the story. The short story begins by mentioning a Sunday in the month of February. Frank Dara is the curate of St. Margaret Church. Curate means clergyman or pastor. As he had no car, he travelled by public transport, and he believed that this kind of travelling would give him a sense of fraternity or friendship. That was a crucial time in Australia when people fought the fight and they had raised their children in crucial years. And this crowded carriage was moving to the central station. There, Frank Terra saw a beautiful young woman who was with her 6 or 7 years old son. She offered her son's seat to this curate, Frank Terra. That young mother's face reflects a radiance or brightness. Through her face, Frank understood that she was not afraid of him. So he thought that it would be good if she did not scared of anyone, though she was innocent. She was a village woman and brought to the city after marriage. Her husband was in Middle East. She and her son were away from him. The time put him at a distance from her. The tram has been reached the central station. Both of them were getting down from the tram. And Frank Terra continued his journey. The journey of Frank Terra continued to reach Elizabeth Street. He took his prayer book to educate the people around him through prayers. And he should recite the prayer every day, whatever might be the business of others. As a priest, he should find out joy through reciting prayers around him. There in the tram, some of the travelers were respectful and some others were unfriendly on him. During this tram journey, Frank Terra recalled or recollected his childhood days, that past memories filled with his strong and healthy mother in her early 50s tended the rose bushes. Those rose bushes led the way to the veranda. Then now he came to the reality from his childhood memories and he reached home. His mother was really affectionate to him and was always bothered about the possible dangers. Here the dangers were the upcoming days of air and sea attacks by Japanese. Her affection always conveyed her awareness about the dangers and threat. He has an aunt named Madge. She is spinster or an unmarried woman. She is also there with his mother to assist her in household works. And his father is no more. This Madge was his late father's sister. She looks chubby or fat, and she is a less controlled woman. Her life has been shaped by the Great War or the First World War. She lost her boyfriend during this World War first when he was just 18 years old boy. He was a military man and had been killed during a patrol. So she had spent her adult life working in the millinery shop in the city itself. Millinery shop means the shop which sells women's hats. Now they are all worried about the upcoming dangers as a part of World War II. Mr. Reagan, who is the next door neighbor of Frank Dera's family, he is a thoughtful and sensible man. He has 3 daughters. Reagan had air raid shelter for his mother and Madge. Air raid shelters are the bomb shelter. So these shelters are designed to protect people from bombs dropped during air raids. These shelters were half buried in the ground with earth or soil heaped on top to protect them from bomb blast. So Frank's mother insisted him to talk to Mr. Reagan regarding this air raid shelter. So by the end of their conversation, Reagan promised to take Frank's mother and Madge to his air raid shelter. So this is how the story ends. So that was the time in Australia people were worried about the attack of Japanese bomb. So through the words of Reagan, Thomas Nellie mentioned that the Christ put the church into the hands of the wrong people like Europeans and Americans. World War II affected Australia in many ways. Northern Australia faced air attacks by the Japanese. In February 1942, most of the Australians were afraid of Japanese air raid. The air raid warning instructions also issued. Australia experienced the first air raid on February 1942. Till 1943, Northern Australia experienced occasional attacks. The context of World War II is pictured through this short story, One Sunday in February 1942. Consequences of World War I or the Great War was also depicted through the life of Madge. So here, through the conversations of Frank, his mother, Madge, and Reagan, Thomas Nellie could emphasize the threat or dangers of world wars. So that's all. Hope this would be helpful for your studies. Thanks for listening.